Hi, I'm Lisa Martin, the Pampered Chef, and welcome to my Keto Kitchen. I live in a small town in West Tennessee. Today is spaghetti day, so we're going to be making some spaghetti. And I get so excited when it's spaghetti day because I've been wanting some spaghetti. So come with me and see what I'm doing. First of all, I like to use sometimes the stew meat from our 4th of a cow that we get, and that way you got bigger chunks. And since I'm making a casserole, a spaghetti casserole, I want the bigger chunks. So what I did is I cut the chunks in half, and they're still pretty big. And I'm using our Pampered Chef frying pan, where you can take off the handle and put it in the oven. The handles come off for you to store them. They come in for the dishwasher. But I see that I've got quite a bit of meat here, so I'm going to be transferring over to our everyday pan to put it in the oven. Which reminds me, I need to preheat the oven to 350. Excuse me. Okay. This, just push the button and you can put it right back on. I mean, it goes on and off. These are so amazing. I don't know of any other pots and pans that do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to brown a little bit because we know it's going in the oven, so it's going to get finished browning in there. But these are the best pots and pans. I just absolutely love them. I have the smaller one too. And they go in the oven, and they go on the stove top. I love all of them. While that's browning, I'm going to make a sauce, a spaghetti sauce. So if you want to come over here with me, what I'm going to do first is, it was cheaper to buy the bigger mushrooms, so I'm going to chop them myself. And I'm going to be using our Pampered Chef hand mixer. It is awesome. The thing about a lot of this stuff can be taken with you when you go on vacation, if you go camping, because you don't need electricity. Like today, I'm going to be making zoodles out of this that I gave away at the beginning of this month for the people in April that liked and shared my videos the most times. They got put in a drawing for a free one of those. Then June 1st, anybody who is already, you have to be a subscriber. But once you're a subscriber, if you like and share my videos, I'm going to have a drawing the 1st of June for one of these infusion water bottles. They're awesome. I absolutely love it. It takes drinking water to a whole new level. If you have trouble drinking your water, then that's what you need. I mean, that is just a go-to. I love it. Every day I fix something else. Okay, I'm still browning the meat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these mushrooms, because I want to put some mushrooms in my spaghetti sauce that I'm going to be making. I'm just going to put them in there, just throw them in there. There's nothing big about it. I don't like, when I buy mushrooms like this, I don't like to really chew them. I like them to be, you know. I'm going to do that. We put the lid on. And just, you can make them as big as you want, as little as you want. Just keep chopping. But this is great to take with you places. This goes with you. A lot of the Pampered Chef items do. Okay, so I've got them mixed around. Now, if you're doing a smaller job, this is the thing for you. I love this. I just started using it today. But this is for bigger jobs. Okay, let me just mix this meat a little bit. It's very, very flavorful. It's got a lot of fat in it, which is what we need to keep our, us. But see how nice and smooth that is? So there's no need to pay extra to have them chopped. If they want to charge you extra, say, just buy the bigger ones and chop them yourself. Okay. And I want to add some of these. I absolutely love these. And you can get them all different places. But they're awesome to have. Sweet peppers, mini sweet peppers. Since I don't eat onions, if I didn't do something like this, everything would taste the same. But these red ones, oh, and yellow, oh, they're so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the tops off with our awesome paring knives that are $3 a piece. Or you can buy a whole set of them of 3 for, I think, $8. So, okay. And I like to put them in there. Don't get your finger, because these are very sharp. Don't let the small size of them fool you. Okay, put that in there. Now, I just buy the little bag of them so that I don't let them go to waste. And you probably noticed what I was using to brown the meat with. My mixing shop. This is an everyday use. I use this for everything. You can use it to scramble eggs. You can use it for bacon, scoot around the bacon. I mean, it's great for sausage. Anything you're browning, you have to have one of these. That has to be in your kitchen. And I've seen some lookalikes, but they're not quite as strong as this one is. This one is pretty strong. Okay, so the meat is getting browned, and while that's browned, like I say, I'm going to make this sauce. So let's put this back on. And since we're still using the same, I didn't clean them out because we don't mind it if it has the mushroom taste to it, because we're mixing it all together in this sauce. Look at our awesome meat there. Look at our meat browning. Does that not look awesome? I turned it down. So we get this going. Okay, and as you can see, just keep going until it's the consistency that you want. But you can make baby food with this. There's like so many things. You can make smoothies. This goes on vacation with me. If you can't, then there is a lot of things here that you can use at camping. I love these little guys. Oh, they're so cute. And they go in the oven up to 350 degrees. And aren't the lids so cute? They are so cute. Okay. So I'm going to get that out of the way. And as you can see, we've got a nice... That gives it some kind of something extra. I dropped a mushroom and I keep stepping on it. Okay, so this is our batter bowl, and I know it doesn't look like a bowl, it looks like a cup, but it's our batter bowl, and you can use it for all sorts of things. So I'm going to use that to mix up our little mixture here. If you want, you can fix stuff up the night before and put the lid on. It comes with a lid. It's just amazing. These come in a set, and they go in the oven too. You can put these in the oven too. Okay, so I'm just going to mix up what we've got here so far. Okay. It smells just so good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tablespoon of olive oil. Now you know to store this in a dark place so that it doesn't go bad. Okay, so we need a tablespoon of this. These are awesome too. 2 tablespoons of this. Okay. Gives it some oil. 2 teaspoons of onion powder. And I'm getting to be a big girl now. I'm able to use the onion powder. I don't like the onion flakes because you could still, to me it's too tasty. It tastes too much like. Okay. 2 teaspoons. Okay. And then a half a tablespoon of garlic powder, which is this. These are 88 cents. Or, yeah, all these. These at Dollar Tree are $1. You can't beat that. Okay, so I'm going to put this in. Half a. Okay. That goes in. Okay. A half a teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm not sure why, but this does give it a really, really sweet taste. So we're going to give a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. So there must be something in that, but I don't know. It makes it so flavorful. Put this back over there. Okay, we need 2 cups of this rail marinara sauce. This is the lowest carb. It has 4 carbs and a half a cup, and that's quite a bit. So we're only going to use 2 cups for the whole recipe. So, of course, my hands are, I guess I should have opened it first. And this is a little bit pricey, but I buy it for everything, and I make my own tomato sauce for spaghetti. I make my own pizza sauce. But I use this as a base. So it's easy peasy. Okay, so we need 2 cups of this. And these are actually 1 cup. So I'm just going to fill it up twice. 1 and 2. It's so good. Because they have to put so much sugar. I don't know why in tomatoes they got to put all this sugar in there. But they do. So, okay. Boy, our meat is looking really, really good. I'm just going to set that down there. I'm going to mix it all in together. So far, what we got in here. This batter bowl. There's 2 sizes. This one goes up to 32 ounces. So it goes, but you can use it for everything. This goes in the oven too. I mean, they just aim to please. Okay, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. So here's our heavy whipping cream. 1. Oh, good, it used this up. And I'll just use the rest of it. It's great. Heavy whipping cream. It has less than 1 carb for a tablespoon, but now you got to watch this, because if you use a cup of it, it does have carbs in it, even though it states on the side of it. You've got to watch the labels, because they'll try to fool you and play games with you. Okay, I'm going to put salt, Himalayan salt in there. A little bit goes a long way, so I'm just going to. And I didn't put anything on the meat because I'm going to do it all in here. Same with pepper, black pepper. You can just, however you like it. 1/2 teaspoon of basil. A little extra, don't matter. Okay. And 1 tablespoon of sweetener. Anytime you use tomatoes, if you'll use some sweetener, that kind of takes the heartburn out of it. So you always add sugar. So we're adding a tablespoon of sweetener of your choice. I prefer to use erythritol. So these adjustable spoons are awesome. Otherwise I'd have to have about 20 spoons out here to measure all this. Okay. Now we're ready to mix this all up. Now you can layer this however you want, but look at that sauce. Ooh, is that ever good? And there's not that many carbs in it, so that's what's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get this is our veggie strip maker. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to make our zoodles. So I'm going to cut off the edges. I've washed them. You can make French fries out of these too. They're good. I find that zucchini, I never ate zucchini, but I noticed that it called for a lot, so I started eating it. And it's a lot like noodles. It really doesn't have a lot of taste to it, but it picks up the taste of what you're making. So watch me as I do this. Just go back and forth. And I don't like the curliness of it, so I'm glad that this is, we have one that's like a spiralizer, but I just don't, I don't know, I like the straight. When I made spaghetti, I always used elbow noodles because I didn't like the long spaghetti noodles. So that's why I make it like this. And I just keep turning it around. We need quite a few of them. So just takes a few minutes. See how the bowl's filling up. What I used to do is when I made them with the, with the spiralizer that I had at the time, then I would cut them up with scissors, with my professional scissors. And I thought, oh, there's got to be a better way. And when I started selling Pampered Chef, and this came in my kit. I didn't even buy this. This came with my kit. And then you just, every once in a while, just clean it off. But it's so, so easy. Okay. I make zucchini bread now. I never made zucchini bread. I never ate zucchinis. But I have really learned to love them. Because I thought, well, I can't have noodles, so then I would see where you make the zucchini noodles, and I thought, now that I can do. I can try it. And I bought those sriracha, some kind of noodles that were fake, oh, I couldn't stand the smell of them. It just made me so sick. I mean, so that definitely was not for me. Okay. And you don't have to worry about it being sharp, so you can go all the way down to nothing because it's not sharp. You may not need that other pan. So you can go all the way down because it's not sharp, it's not going to cut you. They go a long ways, and it tastes so good, and it's another way to get vegetables in. And they're kind of liquidy. So some people like to drain them. I don't drain them, I just keep them this way. But you can do, if you want to drain them, you can. I kind of like them to have a little bit of taste to them and a little bit of, because the water, you're actually taking some of the taste off. I think. That's just mine. You'll have to try it both ways. Everybody's different, but I'll tell you, if you are questioning the low carb, watch The Magic Pill. It's on YouTube, and I believe they said it was also on Netflix. I don't have Netflix. Of course, I have YouTube. But these are some great recipes. I hope you're watching all my videos, not just, that's why it's so important to subscribe to my videos, because then when I put a new one up, you're the first one to see it. Otherwise, you got to keep remembering to come back. But if you'll subscribe, then you'll know whenever I put a new one up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use look at our browned meat. Looks so, so good. Okay, so we're going to get ready, and we're going to put it down here in our everyday pan. Okay, so we really don't have to grease it because we have enough grease in the meat. So that is so, so flavorful. I hate when people do that on their shows. Okay, now I'm not going to worry about getting this cleaned off because we're going to be putting it on top anyway. But I like to layer my casseroles so that they end up bigger and better. So that's what I'm doing with this. I'm going to layer this on the bottom of there with all the grease. And just kind of layer. I like to have look at that meat. It looks so good. And I just like sometimes different cuts of meat instead of always ground. This gives you a different flavor. Like I said, we get a 4th of cow done every year. And this is grass-fed. So I'm just going to take half the mixture and mix it around. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with the sauce. Okay. Okay. And I'm just going to, with this being a pour, I can just pour it around. Okay. And it's really, really thick. You don't buy this at the store. You got to make this. That's one of the nice things. You just take half the mixture. Okay. That's one of the things about making your own food is everything's fresh. You're not buying stuff that's been on. Just remember, the longer that it stays on the shelf, the worse it is for you, and the worse your health it will be for your health. If they have to put stuff in it like potato starch and things like that, then you know that's not what's good for you. Okay, what I'm going to do is, now you can use whatever cheese you want. I bought this yesterday. I was a little lazy and I didn't use my chopper, but actually they're not putting as much of the potato starch in. This only has 1 carb for 1/3 of a cup. So I'm going to put that around, and it's the Fiesta is shredded Monterey Jack, cheddar, and cheddar cheese. So you can make quesadillas with this cheese, which you can do it anyway. You can make anything with it. But this kind of gives it a different flavor too. Okay. Now if you want to use just all mozzarella cheese, that's totally up to you too. Okay. Now I'm going to put the second layer on, and that's going to be the rest of this. So that's going to help melt that cheese. See? Whew. We are going to have, what I like to do is, as you probably noticed from my videos, I like to video in the morning so that I don't have to fool around and try to make something when I'm hungry. And that way I've got something for dinner already done, or supper, whatever. Depending on what part of the country you're from, dinner is at lunchtime and supper is for supper. But somebody asked if I'm from here. I'm not, but my husband and I have been married. My husband's been in the ministry, and we have lived in Tennessee for around 20 years. So it is like home to me. You know, this is, I came from the big city in Michigan. So, okay. Now I'm going to get this one more thing. I'm going to add all of our zoodles on top here. Now you can layer it however you want to. This is just how I like to layer mine. Okay. And we got plenty there. Okay. So now I'm going to stir this around and just add this to the top. And we didn't heat up the zoodles because they're going to get heated up in the oven when it bakes. So you'll be fine with that. And I'm just going to spread it around, because in the oven it starts spreading around too. Okay, now what I like to do on this, there, okay, now everything's covered. You can see there you go. Okay, you can see it's all covered. I like the edges to be, you know, I'm OCD, I like the edges to be. Okay, and then this time I bought some mozzarella cheese already shredded, and I'm going to put the mozzarella cheese on top of it. And this I'm going to stack on there a little bit thicker. Okay. I like it to be really, really cheesy. Now you actually could put this on the crock pot part of the Pampered Chef, but I just like to make a casserole out of it, and then I'll have it for tonight. Okay, like that. And then I keep in these little containers, put some Parmesan cheese. That makes it a little, gives it that brownness. Okay. And you put it on 350. You put it in the oven on 350. Isn't that pretty? Put it on 350 and you cook it for 15 to 20 minutes. And you have a wonderful, wonderful supper already done. And later on, when you get hungry, you're not trying to cook while you're hungry, because then you start eating everything. So this way I've got it, and I've got enough to freeze half of it and then put the rest in the fridge whenever I don't use. So please give me a thumbs up. Please share my videos and subscribe. And if there's any comments that you want to know about a recipe of something, I'll look it up and I'll share it. But I want you to feel free to ask me anything. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.